So the tools you're going to need for this job are a set of pliers, a hexagonal wrench. These are these little computer wrench packs you can get, as well as a Phillips head screwdriver or flathead screwdriver. Now you can get all of these by hitting one of the links in the description box below if you want to get it on Amazon, or you can pick up all these things at one of your local Walmarts. All right, friends, let's get started. With those tools, basically what we're going to be doing is removing the stand. You can see it kind of pivots like this. Once you lay it over flat, you can actually see where the 4 screws are connected to the mounting bracket on the back of this computer. Now, I've actually already removed 3 of those screws. They look like this. You can see they have that little hexagonal head to them. Now, all you need to do is get one of your hexagonal wrenches here, and we're going to pop it into place right here. Now, if your screws are already loose, this is going to be a very easy process. You're just going to go counterclockwise, obviously, and loosen those guys up. Now, these were actually really tight for me, so I had to actually take my pliers and grip them on top here and give it a good solid turn while I was holding this back. Once that is loose, this actually just pulls right off. Okay, once we have the stand removed, it's going to give us much better access to the back panel here. And what we're going to do to remove it is actually access 2 screws that are right here on the bottom. Now, they will be covered up by these little rubber kind of sealers. And so you can see I've taken off one off the left side already, where you can see the Phillips head or, again, a regular flathead screw exists there. So to pop these things off, that's where we're going to use our little flathead key. And I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to pop that right out. You can use a pin or any other kind of really small object, but it's just a little rubber sealer that covers it up. Okay, once you have these screws exposed, again, all you need to do is actually give it a quick half turn. And as you can see, it's spring loaded and it's going to pop that bottom right open. Again, you have to do this with both sides. But again, once you pop that spring, it'll lift it up enough where you can get your screwdriver underneath the sides here and actually pop the clips. Now be very careful when you're doing this, because you're going to have to go along all the way around the side and basically get your screwdriver in and pop these clips that hold this in. Now again, once you have gone all around, this should just pop up. You can see I just did it like that. Do not yank this thing up though, because it is attached, as you'll see here in a moment, by a couple of different ribbons to the back, as well as the disk drive here that you can see. Okay, so the easiest way to remove this ribbon from the DVD drive is to simply come up here and on the back of this, there's going to be this little connector piece, and that'll just slide right out like that. And you can disconnect the ribbon and then move it over to your main computer area. Okay, with our back now removed, it's going to give us clear access to the hard drive right here. Now again, the hard drive is held in by a couple of different screws. You can see there's one right here, as well as a couple others that connect it to this actual steel covering right here that helps vent it. It's also connected by a ribbon. So the first thing we're going to do is actually remove this cable ribbon and pop it over to the side. Okay, with that screw removed, we can actually just slide this entire assembly up, and it's going to actually pull out. But it's going to now require us to remove these protective coverings that cover these other boards, and more specifically where the memory is located. So in order to do that, we're going to have to go after this little screw right here, and we're going to have to go after this little screw as well as this other guy down here. So there's 4 right here that we're going to have to remove with our Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, we've removed those 4 screws, which actually will allow us to pull up most of this board and kind of remove it so you can see. There is one last little screw that's over here that's holding this guy in. So again, in order to get this full big piece up and out, again, there's those clips that clipped down into there. We can remove those. But in order to fully remove it, there is one more little screw right here that we don't want to forget about. Okay, and with that one loosened, you can actually see this whole thing will pull up and out. Okay, so with our board exposed, we now are looking at our dual band wireless board. This little guy right here, you can obviously see it's held in by 2 little connectors right here, as well as a little screw right there. And once you remove that screw and these connectors, it'll actually can pop right up out of this little bracket. So let's go ahead and remove that screw first, and we can proceed. Okay, now with that screw removed, I'm just going to lift up, and it actually will slide up right out of that bottom bracket there. Now again, it is held on by 2 little connectors, as you can see, which both of those can just pop right up with a little flick of your finger there. So there you go. That's how you remove the wireless chip. If you need to replace it, obviously just remove or reverse the steps that I've just shown you, and with putting the new chip right in there. All right, friends, I hope that's helped. If it has, hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe. We got a lot more tutorial videos coming up real soon.